So in this video, we're going to be diving deep into the shadow self, which can be our greatest ally or adversary, and how we can align with it for it to work for us, not against us. If you've ever experienced difficulties in manifesting or relationships, the answer to these are all found within the shadow self. So the shadow self is deeply rooted in the unconscious, and it houses our lower part of ourself, so our sacral chakra and our root chakra, where we hold a lot of fears, insecurities, abandonment issues that we have not dealt with, and not dealt with at a specific or appropriate time, gets stuffed down further and further. And anytime you have that effect, just continuously stuffing something without bringing it up to the surface and evaluating it, you're going to get that compression and bursts of anger, rage, jealousy. And this is where we get the term shadow emotions, because they're coming up to the surface to get your attention. Every emotion is a sign. Emotions are your guideposts. When listening to them on a deep level, they're telling you what's going on inside of you at all time. And if not dealt with, that constant compression of self, it starts to come up in projections, projecting those emotions or the ways you perceive life or self onto others, because it's always going to try to get your attention. It's always trying to bring consciousness and conjoin it with unconsciousness. And once that starts to take place, you start to begin to, this is where we get the term, the Kundalini awakening. So this is where you start to go up through the solar plex and make your way all the way up your chakras until that root energy, that Kundalini energy, merges with the crown chakra and the higher self. And that's true wholeness of self. So as you can see, working with the shadow is very powerful and raise consciousness and become more whole. One of my favorite quotes is from Devin Hunter, his book Psychic Witch, which I'll put the link below. He talks about if you're going to gain anything from magic or manifesting, or if there's one thing that you really want to take away from that, it's feeling it. The more you feel it, the more real it becomes. And you can only feel as deeply as you're willing to go into your own emotions. So that really shows the power of the shadow self, specifically when alignment with the other selves, so the middle self and the higher self. So consciousness, super consciousness. So I love the quote from, and I cannot remember I know it's like a guru of some sorts. I cannot remember his name, but he asked the question. So we talk about dying. We fear dying. There's a lot of stigma around death, but does anyone really know how to die? And that's that transformational process. When you continuously do shadow work, you're transforming yourself. You're actively working on letting things go and bringing in aspects of yourself, of who you truly are at an essence level. All right, so now let's integrate it. Let's integrate the shadow self with the conscious mind, bringing it back into alignment. Now, how we do this is get into a light meditative state, just something where you can access your third eye, that visualization, that part of yourself where we are bringing it back, bringing consciousness into this now moment with the help of meditation, and then visiting an incident that you would like to change. This could be a particular situation. This could be a particular emotion that you've noticed, because emotions are our guideposts. So this could have been anger, manipulation, lashing out. It really takes that mirror, taking a good hard look at yourself and what you want to change. And then tracing it back to where you intuitively feel that took place. So where is that anger coming from? Is it coming from an incident where you felt like you were done wrong in your past relationship. Maybe you were cheated on and you want to go revisit that particular situation. Or it could be angers coming from being left out when you were a child by one of your parents. So the situation will vary, but it's taking that emotion and then tracing it back to where it is rooted in. At that point, when you've traced it back, imagine yourself heal it by visualizing how you feel the most ideal situation should have occurred. If you felt like you were done unfairly and cheated on, imagine your ex apologizing, understanding on a deep level how they hurt you and promising to never do it again. If it was the situation with the parents, visualize the parent apologizing and righting their wrongs, making things fair where you feel like you are done right. And it's through that visualization that you are able to heal and bring yourself back into alignment and this now moment, bringing consciousness, merging it with the unconscious, and becoming whole once again. It also helps during this process to continuously state to yourself, I'm here, I'm not leaving you. I will never leave you. This really enforces that bond that you are trying to rebuild that was fractured between conscious mind and the unconscious. So the more that you state that out loud, the more it really binds that link between the two and really builds that connection that was once damaged or traumatized or let down or whatever the case may be. It rebuilds that bond. So doing the visualizations and doing these practices regularly really helps to bring yourself back into the moment, back into a conscious state, bringing the power back, and ultimately back to wholeness. So I hope this was helpful. If so, please like and subscribe, and until next video, I'll see you later.